uh, I try not to knock people for their beliefs because it's a my thought versus your thought, and nobody's wrong in the thought process because everybody's experience is different. What we may consider traumatic, somebody else may not consider traumatic. I mean, uh, Jason is a cop. I'm a cop. John is a fireman. The things we've seen probably are different than what most other people have seen, which is why our sense of humor may be a little bit darker. One or two of y'all may be serial killers. Y'all may be a little bit darker. I ain't gonna call no names. Hey Deb, how you doing? So I'm not getting why, because I don't agree with you, all of a sudden I gotta be an Uncle Tom, I gotta be this, I gotta be a shucking driver. And this goes back to Colin Kaepernick, Michael Vick. Michael Vick made a statement based on Michael Vick's lifestyle, and everybody wanted to have something to say about it. But how many of us have led Michael Vick's lifestyle? Your lifestyle and your experiences determine how you think. It has nothing to do with being a kiss ass or a suck up. Your life experiences tell you how you think. I was a cop for 22 years. I knew people who, I don't know how they got to be cops, but in my world, they weren't anything like me. I was willing to take a suspension for what I stood in. Some of them weren't. I didn't call them out for that because what some of them didn't have that I had was I had the ability to withstand suspensions financially. Understand this. If my family's hungry and I want to make a stand so I want my family to eat, which one are we picking, people? Be honest. Do you want your family to eat or do you want integrity? And sometimes that's a hard juggling act. But when it's just me, my integrity is more important. But when I got other people who are dependent on me, them eating is more important. So you know what? My integrity standards are going to drop a little bit. And that's just a way of life. And I ain't saying none of this with Michael. I'm just saying his lifestyle, he'd been to prison. He was convicted of a crime. And if we're going to talk about something, come on, dog fighting? How many people we know dog fight? So that's just, to me, that those didn't even bear out. But he did it. He said what he thought. Those were his thoughts. He didn't say what had to be done because he can't tell another man how to live his life. He said in his opinion, this is what needs to happen. And everybody wanted to jump on him talking about what his thought process was. Doesn't mean he had Stockholm. It just meant through his life experiences. The man has been to prison. He had to reform himself. Yes, Colin Kaepernick is not a killer. Michael Vick was not a killer. Michael Vick ran a dog ring. That's all. He ran a dog ring. And dogs got killed. Ray Lewis said something. Shannon Sharp said something. Everybody want to be on Shannon Sharp bandwagon. He telling the truth about this. He telling the truth about that because you like what he's saying. But sometimes we like what people saying because they saying what we saying. Don't make it no righter, but we don't want to hear nobody else's opinion. One of the good things, I think one of my selling points is yeah, I have my own opinion, but I'm willing to listen to anybody because there have been times, more than once or twice, that I've been wrong. And even the times that I wasn't wrong, I still gained enlightenment from listening to other people who weren't like me. I mean, I see people all the time saying, oh, if you're a Donald Trump friend, unfriend me now. If you are killing, unfriend. How? If you don't know how other people think, how you expect to make it in life? You only going to surround yourself with like people? That's how we crash and burn. Surround ourselves with people who think exactly like us, because then there's nothing to be learned. Nobody's going to cover the option that we all forgot about because we all thinking the same thing. Why even have, it's cool to know people like that, but you can't surround yourself with people who think exactly like you. Like I say, if you're always the smartest one in the room, you're in a room full of dummies. Sometimes you got to be around people who are smarter than you or even see things differently than you. Ray Lewis, once again, Ray Lewis never got convicted. He was around, he paid some money, yada, 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 which is what a lot of things happen. And I guess y'all missing the little point I'm making. All these people are black because y'all always swear black people don't get away with nothing. But once again, everybody has their own perspective, which leads to how they think and perceive things. What's up, little bro? Because we look at things differently doesn't mean either one of us is wrong. We're basing it on our knowledge, training, experience. Our life experiences tell us a lot of things. And people don't want to accept that everybody's life experience ain't the same. Some people came up with a golden spoon in their mouth, silver spoon, whatever you want to call it. They never had to do anything other than wake up and take care of little things. Some of us had to grind. Our world is totally different. We believe in hard work. Some people don't even understand the meaning of hard work. Doesn't mean they're right or wrong. It just means we came from different sides of the fence. So stop. Stop, people. Stop promoting violence because somebody doesn't think like you think. Sit back and listen to what they got to say. If it doesn't make sense, stop listening. But there's no need to call them out, because one of the greatest things I heard at one of the conferences I went to, if you haven't walked a mile in my shoes, then don't try to judge me or think for me, because you got to walk this mile in my shoes, not in your shoes next to me, because you're still looking at something different. If you ain't walked a mile, don't judge me. You can say you don't agree with me, but you can't tell me I'm wrong for what I think. All right? And I tell people this all the time. Even when we have disagreements about stuff, if I tell you how I feel, you can't tell me I'm wrong. It's my feelings. You can tell me what you meant. You can say what you want to say, but you can never tell me how I feel about something. You can't tell me why I shouldn't feel this way. You don't know my experiences. If I say something and I hurt your feelings, I can tell you what my intent was, but I can't take away that you felt like your feelings were hurt. All I can do is learn and listen. So when Michael Vick says something, when Ray Lewis says something, if you don't agree with it, once again, we haven't walked in their shoes. We don't even have to like them. There's a lot of things that go on that I don't care for. But I also realize I don't understand why some of these decisions are made. Oh man, that was stupid as heck. Why was it stupid? I wouldn't have did it like that. But you're not in the position to do it like that anyway. So you're not even in a position, so how can you make an informed decision? Some of the things that Kaepernick does, I understand. People say he being blackballed. I say he's not a good player. Depends on what you're looking at. I watch football. I don't just read about it and look at 3 years ago. I watch, so I have my own perspective. It ain't to say that somebody else's perspective is wrong. It's just to say that we got two different perspectives. What's up? What's up, Rod? Hey, Cinnamon. Hey, D. Hey, Christia. So, and that's all I'm saying. Respect my thought versus your thought. Respect that. Respect our differences. If we agree on the same thing, fine. If we don't, listen and learn. Stop being so quick to judge people because they have a different perspective than you. Doesn't mean it's wrong unless it's illegal. And then even then, some things illegal aren't wrong. Fraud. And that's what we gotta get to that point of understanding our differences and making ourselves better. All right, and you gotta stick with that. Too many times we're willing to. I'm watching full-out gangster arguments on Facebook over simple opinions. It's my opinion that Colin is not a good quarterback. Chuck and Farad think he's pretty decent. They think he one of the top 32. We have a difference of opinion because factually speaking, can't neither one of us prove our point. We can only base it on what we've seen and how we perceive and process information and other data. That's all we can do. Me and Farad go at it left and right because we have two different perspectives. Leonard crazy, but sometimes he's right. Not that often, once every 3 or 4 months. But I listen to what he has to say all the time. Sometimes because it's funny, and sometimes just really he's educational. Farad and Chuck are the same way. We didn't come up the same way. We got different lifestyles. Their thought process ain't wrong, and we'll go at it tooth and nail. Vic can't be wrong for an opinion, Farad. When he tries to make his opinion fact, that's when somebody can be wrong. But you can't be wrong for an opinion unless your opinion is just blatantly stupid. Like, I think you're a girl. That opinion is just blatantly stupid because you can factually prove that is wrong. But his opinion, and that's all he said, what he thought would help Colin. I think he was wrong because I don't think Colin cutting his hair is going to help him get a job. I think him learning how to play football will help him get a job. But he's entitled to his opinion without being chastised or being called a bunch of names. Because a lot of us have crazy opinions. But they're just that. They're opinions. And that's all I'm saying at this. Let your opinion versus my opinion. I got mine, you got yours for whatever reason. Ray Lewis said some things. So did Trent Dilfer, John. What's your point? Is Trent Dilfer a good quarterback? Has Trent Dilfer ever been a good quarterback? Yeah, sometimes circumstances rule, John. So we can look back and we talking about how long ago was this championship and Super Bowl, and that's all I'm saying. Some of us are living in the past, and some of us are living in the present. I ain't saying you wrong. I'm just saying we're looking at two different perspectives. Trent Dilfer won the Super Bowl and was let go the next year. Was that racism? Was that because Trent Dilfer what? What was it because? I'm going to say this, and I ain't finna talk about Cap. Kaepernick quit. He opted out of his contract. Kaepernick chose to be unemployed. We keep wanting to forget that little fact while we argue for him. See, that's a fact that he quit. That's not an opinion. So if you quit, ladies and gentlemen, tell me this. How many people quit a job without having another job and think people are required to hire them? Anybody tell me the answer to that one? You quit your job without having a job, and you think other people are going to run to hire when you just quit a job? And you wasn't at the top of your game when you quit. Who does that? And we keep saying he quit. He kept a job. He quit. We never say he quit his job. We never say that. He quit his job. Tell him again, Mark. See, Mark coaches, he does stuff with football. Y'all ain't watching the game. Y'all seeing the results. Brad Johnson was trash. Trent Dilfer was trash. Great commentator. Trashy quarterback. And that's what I'm saying. But and the thing is once again, all we talking about is opinions right now. Because I'm sure Trent Dilfer's family think he was pretty good. That he got railroaded for Elvis. But the point is, why can't we disagree without the name calling? Without telling people how wrong they are, or how they're being whitewashed, or how they this or how they that. We all have different opinions. Why we just can't respect them? That's all I want to say on that. That's just that. Like I said, whether it's the Vic Kaepernick, Ray Lewis thing, the R. Kelly thing, and like I said, I don't want to get into who's right and who's wrong about R. Kelly. Systematically, it says what it says. He wasn't convicted, but lots of people haven't been convicted. Does that mean they're innocent? And I asked the question: George Zimmerman was innocent in the Trayvon Martin killing. He was found innocent. So if he was found innocent, and this is what we're going to use as a standard, that, oh, he was never found guilty. If y'all going to say it about R. Kelly, then say it about George Zimmerman. He wasn't found guilty. I mean, he was found not guilty. So you can't sit there and have it both ways. Pick the sides you want, because then we become as racist as we would claim other people are. We only proclaim, oh, he wasn't found guilty when it's black. When it's somebody white, we say, oh, they paid somebody off. But we don't ever say they paid somebody off when it's black. And you know, the king victim thing is really confusing to me. We want to be royalty, then the minute something don't go the way we like it, we want to be victims. Pick and choose a side. Pick and choose a side. And that's all I'm saying. Because we don't. We are more racist than we want to admit. Hey, honey, how you doing? And that's all I'm saying. We've got to do better. We got to do better about educating ourselves and being open-minded enough to listen to what other people have got to say, whether we agree with it or not. But just to become better informed, because sometimes people tell us things that we don't know. Hey, Candace, how are you? You know, just to recap last show, we talked about the Usher thing. And most people don't understand what herpes is. Herpes is a cold sore. Herpes is shingles. Herpes is a bunch of things. Not herpes. Yeah, and herpes, yeah. It's a bunch of things. Condoms will not protect you against herpes. It's a contact disease. It's not in all truth, it's not an STD. Even though it's labeled as STD, it's not. So we're passing opinions as facts about why they didn't do this, strap it up. You can strap it up and still catch herpes. The cold sore that people get, once again, it's herpes. If you ever had chicken pox, you have the herpes virus in you. Chicken pox is not passed through sex. It's passed through contact. So technically, chicken pox should be labeled an STD. It's the same basic virus. So let's be a little bit more open-minded and open. Let's listen to what people are saying, even if we disagree with them. Let's listen to them. All right, that's all I got to say about on that issue, on that portion right there. Oh, for y'all latecomers, yeah, boy, this is what the basic show gonna be about. I don't know why I should have named the show "The Model in Me." Hey, come to the other page, Courtney. Because this page was, I don't know what was going on with this page. Just go to the Darren versus Peter page. But anyway, DVP, y'all know who that is, right? That's your boy. I lost my tab. Oh no, I didn't. Bam, ba bam, bam. Let me get y'all the close up. Bam, ba bam, bam. Can y'all hear the sound effects? It's your boy. Y'all see them initials? Y'all know what them initials stand for? DVP. You know what DVP rhymes with, right? Me. Y'all weren't even ready for that one. Big Time Magazine. So when y'all see me on the streets, y'all know what it is. Just go on and start a little line and ask me for my autograph. You know what I'm saying? To my viewers from the Day Show, I'm going to give y'all my autograph for free. I'm going to even let y'all take a selfie right now before I get big. You know what I'm saying? For my head get big like that, and I'm taking up the whole screen with just my head. Because I ain't even going to lie to y'all. The first time I get paid, I'm going to be acting brand new. I'm going to be typing my name in italics. I'm going to have a stamp. I'm going to be doing all kind of over-the-top stuff. Y'all, I'm going to keep my Facebook page. But I'm just letting y'all know. Did I show y'all this already? I'm just saying. Did I show y'all? So, if you ain't ever known a real life model before, this is what I'm going to do for my first 50 likers. I'm going to let y'all say that y'all know me for real, for real. And if somebody asks me if I know y'all, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep it gangster. I'm like, yeah, we go way back. That's only for the first 50 watches for the Day Show only. Did I show you? Hey, don't forget, I'm on Random Thoughts with DVP on YouTube too. I better say, oh, you know I'm gonna act like I know you, Rhonda. Thank you, Angela. Oh, so y'all got me. I forgot what I was supposed to be talking about. What y'all want to talk about? I just want to talk about this. Oh. I got some great pictures from the all-white affair. I don't know why they called out. Well, I don't know why we were invited. We didn't wear all white. I mean, I wore all white flannel suit, but we took pictures in something else. Mark, don't get blocked from the show. I ain't the bad. Hold on. Why you can't say something about the gray hands and the guy who beat everybody as slow as he was? Anyway, I have some pictures from the all-white affair. Your boy was smoking hot. When y'all see this red suit, y'all remember the red suit from my pictures? I done took the red suit to another level. And we're going to have a vote off. I'm going to need for y'all to vote on the red suit. Now, I don't want y'all to take this as a threat. Where my gun at? But this is a threat. When we have the vote off, it's going to be me, another guy, and another guy who did the red suit the best. If I know you, you better vote for me. If somebody who's on your friends list vote for somebody else, I'm coming for you. So tell all your friends that the guy with the white beard, because I'm going to be the one with the white beard now. The guy with the white beard is the one who made the red suit look the best. Don't have me Facebook stalking y'all. Because, it'll tell me when you're close to my area. Did I show y'all this already? Quit looking at the girl. Look at the name in black. Did I show y'all this? DVP. You know how they say act like you've been there before? Okay, the second time I get printed, I'm gonna act like I've been there before. But this time, it's my first time. So, y'all just got to bear with me. This is why I need a production assistant. I'm gonna put the lady behind me. Hold on, can I just put that behind my head like that? Can y'all see? Can y'all see Big Time Magazine, or is the glare too bright from that? Hold on. I gotta make sure y'all see the DVP. I have my pointing finger like a commercial. Can y'all see that? Woo, it's 6:46. I can't do this for a whole hour. I wonder if I can shoot a steal. All right, anyway. I'm having a good time. It was really a good week, y'all. I'm telling you, it was a super week. I got invited to do a couple more photo shoots. I did 2 fashion shows. I did the all-white event with Dwight Eubanks and Hank Stewart. You'll see pictures from that coming up. And I did the wet paint thing. Ain't no body paint thing. It It was good. You know, we didn't think we was gonna be able to pull it off. We didn't have enough people, but we made it do what it do. That's what's up, Cinnamon. Not just you. Make sure everybody on your friend list who passed by vote for the guy with the white beard because he has pistols. Okay. Man, what was my third subject? Oh, check this out. Question for those of y'all that are here. I'm thinking about breaking the show down into segments so y'all can watch certain portions of it. Y'all know where to go to. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the Law and Order, and I'll have a main topic, maybe two, one for the first hour, one for the second hour. Then I have like two sub subjects. Y'all think y'all like that breakdown better? That way it'll tell you where you need to be. Cause I know sometimes I can get long-winded because sometimes I get distracted. Random thoughts, ADHD, OCD, a whole alphabet thing I'm infected with. How y'all feel about that? And once if you got some show ideas, just send them to me. Let's talk. Okay, you know what I want to talk about right quick? I want to talk about sex. Not like y'all thinking about sex, Farad and Courtney. Y'all seen the transgender dude that got stabbed 119 times by the straight guy? And of course the thing with Drake. Wasn't it Drake who got caught coming out of transgender and wouldn't pay? Was it Drake? Not Drake. Who was it that got caught coming out the transgender? Lil Duval. Who was? Yeah. Who was Lil Duval? Bobby V. That's who it was. Bobby Valentino. I don't even know who Lil Duval is. That tell you I'm an old man. All right. Here are my thoughts. Thoughts, not facts. Here are my thoughts on transgenders. I don't have a problem with them. I don't have a problem with lesbian, gays, homosexuals, heterosexuals, bisexuals, trisexuals, quadsexuals. But here's a caveat. If you're transgender, you should let that be known. I ain't gonna say up front, but before intimacy is involved. That's a traumatic thing. And and I joke about it, but I tell anybody who's ever dated me knows. So so I like to date women who have had kids. The one something I don't think I could process is sleeping with a girl who tells me 6 months later, Darren, I got something I need to tell you. And I'll be like, well, and let's just say the girl I'm dating is named Lisa. And she says, I was born Leroy. I already know in my world, in my head, I've tried to process it a bunch of different ways. If I got hit with that kind of information, I'm thinking whoever get to the door first and dial 911 is the one who's going to survive. But when the police get there, both of us ain't going to be alive. I just don't, and I'm a patient guy, and I'm real understanding. Operations don't change some things. And I think if I was lied to or led astray with that one, I think that one will push me over the top. I don't know if it'll push me 119 stabbings over the top, because that's a shitload of stabbings. But in my world, I'm all about honesty. And most people say they want honesty. And don't get me wrong. I've seen what people say. A lot of these people that, that these guys are liking on some of these things are transgenders on some of these pages when guys, because you see the before and after. But just because you like the picture, most women give birth vaginally, though. Yeah. Make sure they got a period, which means, hey, stay around 45 days just in case it's running late or something. And, it sounds nasty, but you need to see the evidence of a period. You just can't take nobody's word for it now. But like I say, I like women who got kids because at my age, guys couldn't adopt kids back. They didn't let that happen back then. So, I'm just saying. But the point is, I think the transgender it's kind of like if you got, and I hate to put them in the same category, but if you got AIDS, you're supposed to let your sex partner know. If you weren't born what you appear to be, you should let somebody know. Because you playing with somebody's mental psyche. Some people may not care. I've heard guys say, I seen a little post one time about if you was blindfold, you look down, and you saw a dude giving you a blowjob, and everybody saying all lips are saying, no, 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 no. I can't process that one. Hey Beverly, how are you? So I think that, transgenders, just like women want to know if guys on the down low, guys want to know if the girl used to be a dude. Finding out in the middle of, it's not washing. Again, this is my opinion. I don't have anything against any sex. Everybody should be able to do what they want to do within reason. Love don't conquer all. I don't care how I was feeling about you. If you tell me you used to be a dude, I'm just keeping it real. If you, where's my little bleep button? If you fuck around and kiss me and tell me you used to be a dude, or one of us going to jail or to the hospital, we ain't both finna walk up out of here. Some shit gonna happen. Oh, I got you cracking up. Why I got you cracking up, sir? I'm just saying. I don't want to kiss no dude. Not on the cheek, not on the forehead, and I damn sure don't want no dude kissing me. If a dude put his lip... Listen, I have sons. I don't lip kiss my sons. And I love them. Nah. I'm just not... Maybe I ain't that open-minded. Shit, I don't know. I don't care. I know me. 119 is overkill, I guess. But it just depends on where you are mentally. Once you find that out and you snap, adrenaline will let you do a lot of things. And depending on how deep some of the stab wounds were, 119 really ain't that much, depending on how much adrenaline was kicking in, what was going on before or whatever. Remember, that was a dude, and you might have a fight on your hands. Oh, that's why I say, Mark, I accept that. We both not finna walk up out of there. Both of us ain't gonna have no story to tell. This gonna be one of them gladiator moments. At the end when he got to fight with the little queer prince dude. Oh, it's up. How much time did he get, Trina?
Like 45 years.
Cause he shouldn't have got time that quick. I don't remember when that happened, but yeah, and in that situation, if that ever happens, and I told this on somebody else's page, transgender should be required to, if you fool somebody into that and something happens, they should be required to register as sexual predators, because that's what they are. 119, not that much. 16 transgenders have been killed this year in the U.S. I wonder how many did not disclose their gender. Well, and don't get me wrong now, I'm against the hate crimes of killing a transgender just because they're transgender. That's not what I'm saying now. I believe they have a right to do whatever it is they want to do because there's room for them. I know a couple of transgenders, and I'm cool with that. But the ones I know will tell you up front. They talk about the differences, so you know what they are. You know what they are, what they were, what they trying to do. And I get that. Owe it to me to give me the option. It's no different than being a transgender in a dating situation. Is no different than a player. If I want to date Cinnamon and LaShawn and who else is on here, Katrina, if I want to date them, I owe it to them to let them know that I'm dating other women. I don't need to be specific in who I'm dating. Or I miss how the people were murdered, but I can see that someone's snapping after being deceived. Right. But if I want to date multiple women, I owe it to all the women to let them know that I'm dating other women so they'll know that they ain't the one. Even though in my world, you should always assume that you're dating somebody who's dating other people. But I still, as a grown man, owe it to anybody I'm dating, especially if we're anywhere close to intimacy, to let them know that I'm dating other people. And if I'm sleeping with other people, I owe them that too. I don't owe them a list of names. I think that's beyond the realm of reality. But I said, hey, I'm messing around. But at that point, we should be strapping up anyway. But remember, strapping up don't prevent herpes. Some men are secretly liking transgender And and that's true too. That's what I'm saying, Sharonda. Sometimes it's okay to let people know because I know people who don't mind. I mean, I know guys who are so enthralled with the act of sex, they don't care who they get it from. But they don't want to be identified as gay because they're having sex with a man who looks like a woman but is still a man, which technically means that they're gay. I guess. I ain't looked in the Urban Dictionary to get that definition. What happens when if a man or a woman sleeps with a transgender? Does that make them gay? Because somewhere along the line, somebody's confused. Because if a girl is a girl, but is dressed like a guy and has a penis and a uterus, and somebody sleeps with them, a boy or girl, what does that make the person that slept with them? It's dangerous, period. But if you're dating women who is about their life, they're selling short. Yes, they're gay. They selling what short? I mean, to me, I think it makes you gay, especially if you know. But hey, I don't know what the definitions say. I know, don't take this the wrong way. I know if me and Mark dating, that makes us gay. But if we don't know, and I'm gonna use you, Sharonda, because I know you're cool. But if we don't know Sharonda used to be Charles, and Yolanda dates Charles, does that make Yolanda gay? Because Charles is a girl, or whatever, however it goes. But if they don't know, see, it's just too much. Anyway, 119 times might have been a tad bit overkill, but without knowing how, if all the stab wounds were deep, then it definitely was. If a lot of them were like, most time it was just like nicks and cuts, so they was just, because let me just say this on camera. Sometimes, I got what is it? I got a nervous tick. So sometimes I've been in a fight where I might have hit a person too many times. It wasn't me. It was the nervous tick. Not doing, but what kind? And see, and Jacques, somebody said this before. But in reality, I mean, let's keep it real, people. In reality, who does homework on the people they're about to sleep with? Who? I mean, you get what you know, but before you have sex with somebody, and let's keep it real. Yeah, there are those few people who wait to know everything. But when you sleep with somebody the first time, how many of us say we know how many do we know their middle name? Do we know their actual birth date? Do we know where they were born? Do we know their parents? Do we know their criminal history? I mean, is that realistic? I know you're confused, Cinnamon, but I am too. But like you said, it messes with people's psyche, so who knows what it did. Right. Okay, and Jack, I'll say you're one of the few, because most people ain't going through all that. I don't know too many people who go through all that. Yeah, people get married and still don't know all that information, because you can only know what I disclose to you. And if I tell you that my parents aren't living and that I was a foster child or whatever and I was raised like this, how do you find out our information? Yeah, it's cool to ask and to get to know phase, but do you know everything before you sleep with your partner? And not so much do you know everything to be true? Because now that means you're doing a lot of extra stuff, which means you can't have a real job. Because, shit, I can tell you what schools I went to. Some of the schools I went to are closed down. So once you can't find information about the school, what do? If I tell you that I grew up overseas, what do? So, I mean, I hear what y'all saying. It sounds cute, but I'm not going for it. I mean, who in reality, as a grown-up, how many of y'all prepare for sex? How many of y'all have a checklist of things you gotta know about a person before you give them some? I gotta know his parents. I gotta see some birth pictures. I need to see his high school yearbook. I need to see all these things to make sure he's him. How many of y'all go through all that for real? Because to me it sounds crazy. So Zaquel is the second somebody who said something about his homework. I've never done homework. I mean, I believe in the Crocodile Dundee thing. And I'm a touch before I'm a touch. I don't care. If she is offended by that shit, that's just on her. But before we get close to that point, I done stuck my hand in there. Just like women secretly rub up against us to see what's going on, to see if there's growth or not, they checking. Because they want to make sure. That's how they check. I'm checking. As Katrina said, see, I ain't going to tell no lie and say I'm going to wait 45 days to make sure that you have a cycle. I ain't going to go through all that. But I'm going to touch it. I'm going to put my hand in there because I want to make sure there's only one opening, nothing that has something attached with an opening. no tails, none of that stuff. But yeah, I'm doing the inspection. Like I said, I believe in the crocodile Dundee thing. I'm just, cause if she already feeling me, she already feeling me. So hey, whatever. But yeah, the whole, I may not know the middle name, but I damn sure know. But how, if they keeping it a secret, Jaquel? I mean, if they don't want it to be known, how you really gonna find out? Because if you ain't doing the whole background check, all you can go on is what they tell you. And shit, if you trying to keep a secret, you make sure. Well, people that do it make sure their secrets are just that. They'll build the world around what they want you to believe. I mean, shit. Excuse me. I could give y'all some names where my picture will pop up and have a complete background story. They're bogus, but they're legit. So what is it gonna do? I can give you, from Holiday Inn Express, I can give you a name that tells you that I'm 25. And there's, I can back it up. What do you do? And you don't look 25. Well, whatever. This says that this says if you go to, if you go to Vital Statistics and look up the name, it's going to say the same thing. What are you going to do then? Nothing. And it's really not that hard to build a fake you. That's how people get catfished. You keep saying this stuff, Jaquel. These down low dudes, they got these tendencies down pat. They voice change depending on who they talking with. But I'm going to let you have that a little bit. I just don't understand people that do homework. Because I'm just trying to figure out what homework that you can do that will squash that. And you go typing too much, you can't fully know. Right. And you just got to base it on your gut feeling. Oh, dog. Did y'all know I was in a magazine? Big Time magazine. Stop looking at the lady. Look at the initials. DVP. Did I say this already? That I was in Big Time magazine, y'all? I'm a print model. Oh, this is a commercial break. We're going to get back to the subject. This is a commercial break. Ta-da! Back to our radio schedule program. Oh no, I gotta show this because I don't have the pictures, but I'm gonna post the pictures on both pages. Alright, so what time is it? 7 o'clock. Y'all. Jaquel, you can't be just going around tickling people's ass. See, it's certain things, and I don't believe in violence against women. But if a woman try to tickle my ass, in my world, she asking for one good lick. And I'm not against, I'm totally against hitting women. That's not the right test. It's not the right test. And you gotta remember now, and this is a thing. Anal sex is supposed to be really great for orgasms. I mean, I know guys who say they like it. So, does it mean they're gay or does it just mean they're a little freakier? Depending on where you come from. Right, Cinnamon, stop. This ain't the After Dark show. But you can work. I'm going to do this for 2 minutes. But being freaky doesn't mean you're gay. So, because a guy likes a finger in the booty or whatever, even as open-minded as I want to be, I can't say that makes him gay. Now, if he likes a penis in his booty, that's a whole different animal. But, I mean, I don't want neither one. And, that's an After Dark show. But I know guys who into that. But, to me, they're just on a whole different level of freaky. But they love women. It's not gay if they would have won. Right, and that's my point, Mark. I mean, some people just don't have a lot of boundaries when it comes to sex. They're willing to try anything 2 or 3 times. I talked about them trisexuals. I don't think it makes them gay. It just makes them adventurous. But like I said, that once again, that's knowing who you're dealing with. And Once again, it's my thought versus your thought. If Jaquel were that makes him gay, that's her thought process. It doesn't make it a fact, it just makes it her thought. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm just saying, think about this. Some people are just freaky, and their boundaries are a whole lot more open than some of the rest of us. Not to turn this into a sex show, but it's kind of like the conversation spitters versus quitters. Depending on how you feel about it, yeah, trisexuals. Some people say spitters aren't this or that. Blowjob is a blowjob. It's my thought process. But other people say, hey, if you ain't gonna swallow, why do it? Everybody got their own standards. And who is somebody else to say that somebody else's standard is wrong? So, you know, if the tickling ass trick works for you, Jaquel, just remind me never to go out with you. Because if you try to tickle my ass, Jaquel, we call it 911. Because I've been assaulted. And you've been assaulted because that finger up the booty thing. I don't even like having my booty patted by women. It's because it's too close. And I'm not homophobic. I just don't want to know how to hit a woman for her hand accidentally slipping and touching something it shouldn't touch. Everywhere you touch me is in the front. If you want to touch me behind me, it needs to be above the waistline. Because I don't care for it. And I know women love to pat their man on the booty. And we accept it to a certain degree, but it still makes us nervous. Odessa is, I don't know where Odessa is. Odessa be doing some, Cinnamon, you know Odessa don't need to be talking. She already banned from talking to other people. Commercial break, random thoughts with your host, Big Time Magazine. Bam. It's DVB. Y'all notice a resemblance? Y'all notice that? The photographer in this one was Tim Rogers, except for one. I don't know the photographer's name for the red suit. Oh, there'll be a red suit vote off. Remember, vote for this guy. Have all your friends vote for this guy, because if your friends vote for the other guys, it's going to be hell up in Harlem. Or as my friend used to say, your ass is grass and I'm the lawnmower man. I like that one. All right, so we're good. Y'all good so far? It's 7:10. So, you know, we've been going on and we done talked about thought processes, because some thought process is here. Oh, it ain't up here, but you're gonna see a thing with all three of the pictures. It's gonna be me. I think his name is Anthony Smith and Dwight Eubanks. All three of us wore the same red suit. I just made it extra. Remember that. And remember the disclaimer. I'm telling y'all, the first time I get a check for being in the magazine, I'm going to be acting brand new as hell. Don't come up to me talking about I'm acting brand new. I'm telling y'all up front, I'm going to be brand new. I'm going to buy a new pair of shoes from Payless. I'm going to have on a new shirt from K&G or Burlington. I ain't spending a lot of money now. But I'm telling y'all, I'm going to be brand new. I'm going to be sipping some green tea with my pinky finger. Oh, I'm going to do it with this hand because it's got the pinky ring on it. If I don't know you from this show, today, not from other shows, today, I ain't even doing no autographs. I'm going to talk with my little accent. I'm going to be really, really like this. And I'm going to be talking really, really proper, like I have good credit. And I'm not going to act like I know you people. I'm just letting you know up front. You better tell me you a Facebook friend and you was in for the My Thoughts versus Your Thoughts show. Then, I'm going to still keep the accent. I'm going to still keep the pinky ring. But I will take a picture with you. Or even sign your autograph. That's what I do. But I'm gonna be so brand new. I'm just letting y'all know up front. So don't be saying, oh, this mug got the big head. He telling y'all that up front. Rule number 1, to thine own self be true. Don't buy shoes from Payless. I'm going to need a hip replacement. I'm not going to have sex with these shoes on, Cinnamon. What kind of shoes? You know what? I ain't even going to ask you about your shoes and your hip replacement from Payless. I like Payless shoes. You know, buy one, get one half off. I'm just saying. I seen the commercial. Remember I stayed at Holiday Inn Express. All right, y'all having a good time? This is my fun show. Oh, check this out. What time is it? I done covered a lot. So I got to figure out how to do this in segments so that y'all will know how to catch up. I'm going to try to do something like for 10 minutes, then have my... Brenda, you know I got you. You know I got you, right? You in on this show. That's all you got to do is as long as you're here for this show. Hey, Brenda, this... did you... Can y'all see those letters right there? DVP, y'all see that? Hold on. Have I shown y'all the pictures of this show yet? Because I might have forgot. You know what? All I need is some music going right now. And see, I ain't no hater. I'm not paying for it. I'm going to flirt with it really good with that. Oh, no. I'm a classic man. That's what I need to start playing. I'm a classic man. What you mean by? Girl, stop playing. What you mean what's there in the magazine? Go somewhere, Mark. She's too tall for you. You don't like tall women. Anybody over 5'1" is tall. Going on now. Go on get, as one of my friends love to say. Anyway, so I got some more modeling things come up. I'm going to put the pictures up. You guys get to do your thing. Vote for this guy. Have your friends vote for this guy. Hey, man, y'all need to tell y'all friends to come to the page. Do the little reviews and likes. Come on, work with the system. Work with the system. You know, but I saw something that said Facebook was shutting down Facebook Live places that they did music. But I'm a test the system one day. I mean, it ain't like I ain't been in trouble before. Courtney Farrar, y'all got me in trouble. Some guy called the Facebook police on me, and he called the Fulton County police for coming to my page, to my post, talking trash. Can y'all believe that? Let me just vent for a minute. Can I do it like a 10-minute? No, can I do like a 5-minute vent session on my own show? So anyway, have y'all seen the stuff going on with the Vortex? Where where the girl went to Vortex to eat, and she had to wait like 40 minutes for a glass of water refill while her waiter was giving everybody who was white stuff, and he didn't wait on her. But then when he brought her the bill, she put on there, treat everybody the same, yada, yada, yada. So he went and found her on Facebook and sent her a nasty message. Then his boyfriend did the same thing. But his boyfriend was a little bit more aggressive. Vortex fired the waiter, so we good with that. The boyfriend works at Psycho Sisters. So one of the people that they threatened happens to be super duper close to me. So, you know, me being who I am, I said, hey, we should all get together and go to Psycho Sisters and go in there and find this guy. And, you know, we could all go Facebook Live and, you know, just see him. Let them know you can't just go around and be threatening people. So somebody who felt like they had white privilege came to my page talking about a lynch mob and what history says. I'm like, dude, there's nothing about this that says violence. I said, we're going to go down there. Since he feels like he can call people and threaten them and tell them what he going to do, let's see what happens when people come to him. Because if you about that life, then that's cool. Because truth be told now, when I stay at the Holiday Inn Express, I'm like the Matrix. When I watch certain shows, I'm about that life. Other than that now, I'm a pure angel. But if you get me a Holiday Inn Express and I get the free movies and y'all let me see like Gladiator and 300 and a couple other movies, Tombstone, oh, I'm about that life. It's in my system then. You know, it'll last me for all of like 3-4 hours. I'm the baddest man on the planet when I see some of them movies. You know what I'm saying? But buddy tried to get under my skin, which ain't happening because it's only Facebook. Next thing I know, he's inboxing me that he's I've screenshotted this and sent it to Facebook police. But you know, of course, he took out his little comments. Except I had screenshotted those. And I just want you to know, I've also called Fulton County Police. They'll be coming soon. Well, good news, bad news. The bad news is I'm still gonna find it. I'm going to Holiday Inn Express, stay 2 days, and get. I'm taking my Fire Stick so I can watch a bunch of movies and get my mind right. The good news is I'm still here. I ain't even have to flash my badge. I mean, I don't know where it is, but I ain't even have to flash it. And I won't have to worry about, you know, hurting myself in my Payless shoes. So I'm gonna have some brand new boots when I go see this guy. But that's just the talk. For real. Scout's honor. Yeah, Sam, I actually, the people asking my Facebook friends, and they were talking about it, and I got wind of it, and I was like, hey, well, this is what we can do. You know, we can go down there and assemble, because Psycho Sisters wasn't taking calls. Vortex did the right thing. They let go of the server. Psycho Sisters, they blame the Vortex and the boyfriend for giving the other boyfriend the message, but they don't feel like nothing should be done to their. I think he's a store manager. But I think we're going to still go to Psycho Sisters. Right. He don't know. You know what I'm saying? And it's so funny. One of the things he said was, oh, I saw the picture with you on your page with the guns. That's very classy. Being sarcastic. If you've seen the pictures with the gun, to me, it's a really nice picture. It's one of the pictures I got the most likes. Which is comical because it's also the picture that Facebook sent me a thing because somebody reported the picture as offensive and threatening. Swear to you, I got a letter from the Facebook police about that picture. They held it for 4 days while I was investigating. It wouldn't post because somebody reported it as offensive and something else, aggressive or something. It's like it's a photo shoot. It ain't like I'm pointing the pistols at nobody. Because one of them I'm actually pointing. They didn't report that one. They reported one where I'm sitting on the steps holding the 2 guns down. I was like, wow. The things people ain't got time to do. Thank you, Rhonda. I thought it was a great picture, too. But the pull-up crew is what's up. So, and we still got to take care of your issue, too. I ain't forgot you, Rhonda. I just been busy taking care of little things. A couple of things. Okay, here's my shameless plug. It ain't even for my magazine. Have any of you guys bought anything from the Facebook shopping market? I'm telling you now, me and this Facebook shopping market is the devil. I just got some great deals on some great items. Is it really next week, Rhonda? What day is it? You know, I work on Tuesday and Friday. I really would. He ain't going to show up. Some of you probably belong in Facebook jail. Inbox me the picture. Let me see which one it was if you still got it. What was I talking about? So y'all see, this is why I get in trouble because y'all make my ADD kick in. I said, what day is it on? That date. You don't know how to do this. I gotta find the calendar just because you're tripping. It's a Friday. I gotta work on Fridays, and I think that Friday I gotta work all day. Let me know. Let me know what time it is. I may be able to sneak out for a couple of hours. If it's that 1 o'clock court, if it's that morning court, I know I can't make it. But go Facebook Live. Shopping on Facebook is devil. They got some great deals. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna tell y'all what I got later on. I can't tell y'all right now, cause some of y'all gonna be haters. I'm gonna let y'all think what y'all think, cause I'm being bougie. Oh, what is it? Bougie or bourgeoisie? Okay. Well, since I'm from Bankhead, I'm just going to say bougie. But, I've been told it's bourgeois. But, we can't talk like that. And we don't even spell it like that. We spell it bougie, like boogie. Like we say Target, Tarzay. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway. So we talked about the stabbing 119 times. Which is definitely overkill. For most of us. But like I said, you don't ever know a person's psyche. It's kind of like the most y'all answer on the scenario. It's kind of like the whole thing when we did the scenario last week about the dude driving a girl from Arkansas to Texas. She don't know if that would have been what broke him. That's what I'm talking about. Facebook market deals. Oh yeah, well I go well armed, and I was the one who was doing the buying, so they couldn't have gave me counterfeit money. Cinema. You don't know what pushes people's buttons, so why not just be upfront with them and let them make decisions, and go from there. But the show is about my thoughts versus your thoughts. How come we can't just agree to disagree on certain things? If we don't agree, how come we just can't learn from each other or figure out why somebody's different? I think this is why most relationships don't work, because we want people to do so much of what we do, even though we don't know why we do them. when somebody disagrees with us, we don't know how to handle that disagreement because there's no middle ground to learn people. Well, this is how I did it. This is how my mama did it. This is how my grandmama did it. And I think that's just the right way. But you don't know the inner workings of why whoever it is you look up to did it. You know, it's the same thing when I talk about when people say, oh, I want a relationship like my grandmama and my granddad had. Okay, that's cool. But remember, that's how you found out you had step family. When one of them died and your granddad had these other kids. So you're saying you want that relationship where everything looks good, but your mate is stepping out on you having other kids? Is that what you're saying you want? Because I really don't think that most of y'all want the relationship that your grandparents had. You want what you saw, not what you end up finding out. Because you got to remember now, these kids ain't newborn babies, so they was having this when you was growing up. These kids are the same age that most of us are. So all this was going on. We thought everything was perfect. You know, Pop them was coming home every night on time and whatever, you know. Hey, but it's 7:22. You know what I want to talk about real quick because this ain't gonna take long. I want to know what y'all thoughts are. People are closed-minded and think they're always right, stubborn and selfish. I think they're just delusional. If a man and a woman live together, because I'm so tired of seeing this one, how should the bills be split? And it's so cute. Not married, just living together. I was looking at a post right before I came on, and all the women saying, "Oh, if you're a real man, he gonna pay everything. If you're a real man, he gonna pay everything." That's what my granddaddy did. Well, sometimes I ain't saying this for everybody. Hey, Diane Dodd Clays. Sometimes people are paying out of guilt. But if we're in a relationship and we're building something together, how are we building something together if I'm the only one paying for it? It's a question. And we're talking 21st century. We ain't talking about 1960 or 1940. And remember, when your grandparents did this, 9 times out of 10, your grandmother didn't work. The cost of living was much cheaper. And your granddaddy or your daddy was working 60, 70, 80 hours a week. Is this really what you're supposed to be trying to do if you're building something together? Why can't we both put in? And don't get me wrong, it doesn't even have to be equal. Because I believe if a relationship is 50-50, it's a gay relationship. It's either 2 girls or 2 guys. Somebody has to be the leader. So whoever's going to be the leader needs to put in more. That's just my opinion. And as Mark says, whatever works best for you is what you should do. Now, if I'm making $1 trillion, then yeah, my mate is making $30,000. I probably should foot everything. But even with that, most women don't want to be totally dependent upon anybody. And this is my dilemma with that in whole. Ladies, if you allow a man to take total care of you, when he wants you gone, what leg do you have to stand on? Because you ain't paid for nothing. You just sat back and, according to y'all, you gave him time, you gave him sex, you gave him the best years of your life. But you ain't put in nothing. So when he ready to move on to somebody else who will give him time and sex, the same shit you gave him that you thought you were the only one doing, what do you hold on to if he was paying for everything? And then you don't understand why you don't get nothing. So I'm kind of confused on that because most, we're at that stage where women want to be independent and this and that, and I'm cool with all that. But why would you want somebody who's taking 100% care of you? And what you're offering is something he can get anywhere. But what he's offering, you can't get anywhere. Exactly. So when he's tired and trade you in for a new model, you asked out. Yeah, so I'm confused on when women say, oh, that's the way a real man will do it. And yeah, don't get me wrong. I think if I was 100% doing everything and all a woman had to offer me was sex, time, and food, she's replaceable. She might as well be a layaway chick. What does she bring in my life that I can't get? Because clearly there aren't a ton of guys out there who are paying 100%. So they are rarer than the woman who is sleeping, cooking, and what else did I say they doing? Sex and cooking. Oh, and giving up time. I'm kind of confused on that one. I don't want to be independent. I'm tired of paying bills. Right, but you're willing to contribute something. Well, and not that's what they do for trophy wives, and sometimes they ain't even trophy wives. That's what they do for that 9-day girl. Yeah, they may spoil her, but when a newer better model comes on, then what? Because let's say we're not even talking about wives right now. We're just talking about simple dating. If I say, "Oh, we're gonna do this together and do this together," but everything is in my name. Oh yeah, no, baby, I got everything. That means to me, I'm telling you now, I'm setting you up. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about that. And there's really not even an unless, because you're just dating. Are you gonna sign a prenup for dating? Oh, if you decide you quit me, you got to give me 3 pairs of shoes. The red bottoms is mine. I want the goldfish, and this or that. I mean, there's certain things you can get from a relationship. Well, and Mark, like I said, and this is what we discussed differences. I don't believe 50-50 because I don't want to be, in my world, I don't want to be equal with a woman, because that means there's no head of household. So I need to be here. I mean, that's just how I feel about it, though. But women like to think that doesn't mean that he really cares for her because he does so much. She never think of herself being in this place. Right. If we split 50-50, we're roommates. And technically, that's all you are. Until y'all get to something different. And this is what I don't understand. I see women going into this without the discussion of monogamy, without the discussion of whether they love each other, without the discussion of a lot of things. There's a lot of assumptions being made. And then they feel like they got played in the end. But you got played because you were so into the financial aspect. Oh, he gonna take care of me. Just because a man take care of you don't mean he loves you. Sometimes it means he just got extra money, he feeling guilty. Or, let me tell you something, ladies. When guys want to pay for everything a lot of times, it's so that they can keep control of everything. So when he wants to move you out, what do you have to stand on? What you gonna tell the judge? Oh, I gave him some. I made him some chicken sandwiches. He got my time. So what does he owe you for that? Because legally speaking, unless he refuses to let you work, you can't even ask for money. Now, if I tell you don't work, I got you, and you quit your job, you have a legal standing because I made you quit your job to work. But if I didn't tell you to quit, you just don't want to work because you don't want to work. Legally, the man doesn't owe you anything. You didn't have shit, you don't get shit. You live good for 3, 4, 5 months, however long he chooses to take care of this. But just remember, what you offering, somebody else is offering, especially with what he giving. What is head of household when you both should be able to get right? You should both be able to get together to make decisions, Mark. But the trick is, if you want something and she wants something, who makes the final decision? That's got to be the head of household, which means you can't be 50-50, because if you're 50-50, if y'all can't agree on the same thing, that means nothing gets done. And this is where the conversation that I have with guys, when they say women won't submit, well, why would a woman submit to a man who's 50-50 with her? They're equal. They're both wearing the same skirt and high heel shoes. You gotta step up. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I'm old fashioned. I believe in, me personally, all bullshit aside, I believe in 75-25. But everybody don't get that. If we're going to be building something together, I believe in 75-25. But when the woman submits and drops her percentage, it's because she knows I make good decisions. So this is something I've earned, because when you first meet, you pretty much are at 50-50. At some point as a man, you've got to rise. The woman shouldn't just drop. You should rise. So when you're here, she accepts that you're here because she sees that you made quality decisions, you're looking out for her. But if I'm doing everything, see, I start off here. She's really, what is her negotiating power? Sex? Pound cake? What does she negotiate with me with? That I can't get somewhere else. I don't want to make the final decision. The man should be the leader. Right. But do you just freely give him that decision, Sharonda, to be the leader? Or is it something that you make him earn? And this is my only problem with most women. Most women don't make the man earn it, and that's how they keep getting in these crazy relationships. It's like I was telling Leonard. Most guys always say the same shit like women do. I'm a grown ass man, I can do this. You're old enough. You're not grown enough to make the right decision. You're old enough to make dumbass decisions. A grown man can make a bad decision, know that it's a bad decision, and start trying to correct that bad decision. When you're old enough, you make a bad decision, you get pissed when people tell you it's a bad decision. You keep defending it as opposed to trying to change it. That's the difference between being grown and being old enough, in my opinion. Because a lot of us, everybody who's on this page is old enough to make dumbass decisions. And we all make dumbass decisions. I don't care where you are in life. A grown man will correct his badass decision. What's up, Iron Man? I don't think it's making the man earn it. I think the man should show that naturally without having to try. Right, but and it's semantics. It's semantics, Tony. We're saying the same thing. Because a man should rise up. He shouldn't require his woman dumb herself down. But most women are dumbing themselves down, or they're giving too much credit to the man who hasn't proven these things. Just because a man can have a hard on, just because a man can make you have an orgasm, that doesn't mean he's a good decision maker. It just means he's good in bed. So let him be on top when it comes to sex. Understand the difference. But when we do my thought versus your thought, some women think that because a man can do all that, because that makes him a grown man, when it just makes him an old enough man. Or because I'm so tired of this real man. We're all real men. Even the transgender dude with the penis or whatever. It's a real man. He's a real man. He's a real man with a lot of extra body parts. But hey, the birth certificate determines your realness. That's the law. The law. Because transgenders don't get new birth certificates. Just FYI. They don't get new birth certificates. Bruce Jenner's still Bruce Jenner. He can change his name because you can apply for a name change. You can put whatever you want to on your license. But that birth certificate don't change. I'm just saying. Because you were still born who you were born. There's no... Don't quote me on this. I've never seen a changed over to birth certificate. So, Jaquel, Cinnamon, that's the only thing you can request. And how many people actually know what a birth certificate is? What did I define? What if he's doing 75-25 and he can't make the sound decisions? Then she shouldn't be there, Mark. And that's what women, when I get on women, just because I make more money than you doesn't automatically mean. It's not about the money. It's about earning their right. It's about me being able to take care of certain things. It's about me showing that I make good decisions most of the time, because we all make dumbass decisions. And if you're in love, you made a bunch of dumbass decisions, because being in love is a dumbass decision. We just love it because it makes us feel good, but it's a dumbass decision. And I still want it. And see, I know it. See, that's the difference between being a grown man. Oh, I ain't gonna never fall in love. It's a dumbass statement. Who doesn't want that kind of euphoria? Who doesn't want the feeling that goes with that? But it does make you do dumb shit. Okay? And that's the thing. Sharon, and that's what I'm saying, Mark. Make him still earn it. It's what Tony's saying. Make the man show that he's, before you give it to him, before you start calling him your king or whatever. And I said this for other shows. When you first meet a guy and y'all doing whatever it is, just call him what it is. He's your maintenance man and give gradual promotion. It's like I do with women. They all start off as layaway chicks. And then over time, if they got potential, I take them off layaway stats and I go on and buy them. And then I keep them. And then they get upgrades. But no, I've never met a woman and she start off as being the one. She might be the one I want right now, but I ain't never just met a woman and say, oh yeah, 42 years from now, I'ma still want that. I don't even know if we get along. So she has to earn her right before I start calling her my queen. Because the sex is good don't mean she can be a queen. It just means she's good in bed. So she has to earn the right. She has to earn the right for me to start showing my 75%. Because if I don't want to keep her, we can do everything 51-49. Because I'm still be the man. But I'm not building a future with her. And that's where we got to learn the differences in what we expect out of people. I've had girlfriends that I knew would never be anything more than girlfriends. They weren't going to elevate. And I know women hate that. I don't want to be a girl. I'm a grown woman. See, as soon as I hear that, I kind of dismiss them too, because you're fucking retarded. You want me to call you my lady friend, which is the same as fucking girlfriend? You want me to call you? I don't want to be called your boyfriend. I'm a grown ass man. So my girlfriend's supposed to say, hey, this is my grown ass man friend. It sounds so fucking retarded. Are you that hung up on words that you can't enjoy what it is? Oh, this is my mate. That just sounds so fucking. Oh, who says that? This is my significant other. And everybody ain't kings and queens. And I hate when people say that. Even when we try to address each other, if I know you and you've exemplified certain characteristics, I can identify with guys as that. This is my man, this is my... And Trina, I'm cool with that. But I'm saying, in the biggest sense, they still boyfriend and girlfriend. Who gets so caught up in that whole little lingo that it bends them out of shape? As long as you ain't like old dude and be like, yo, this is my bitch right here. That I have a problem with. Right, but some of them song words to me they just you get dumbed down for that. Hey, you know what I'm saying, Tony, this is my girl. My girl say this is my guy. I mean something so I'm sorry, this ain't my girl. This is my lady. This is my woman. I mean they're all effing the same thing. As long as we cool together. Hell, if I say this is my fucking pit bull, y'all gonna make me quit cursing. If I say this is my pit bull, what difference does it make as long? Yeah, boo thing or bae, and I hate bae. Oh, I hate that word. Because people just won't spell it right, and I don't know what it is because I looked it up. What the hell is a BAE? It's kind of like FBI and CIA. I think it's a secret police organization that's coming after me. Can I either be your baby, your honey, your sugar? Give me some old shit. I'm an old dude. See this? I like old school terms. Bae is not an old school. Bae is for people under 30. I mean, I dated ghetto chicks. And in my mind, they were my hoochie mamas. Because they were ghetto chicks. That's all they were ever going to be was ghetto chicks. It's my hoochie. But I knew that won't come out right. So I would just say this is whatever her name is. Because there's no title for her. Because she ain't going to like the titles I want to give her. And y'all know I believe in honesty. Hey, man, who is that girl? All I'm do is give her a name again. So, but, like I said, I look at that and we get into this with this. And again, this is based on how you grew up. Your thoughts versus my thoughts. Everybody you sleep with doesn't have to have a title other than sex partner. But some people believe everybody you sleep with has got to be a boyfriend or girlfriend so they don't come across as tramps or sluts or lovers of sex. Brenda, you could be my bae, but I can't be your bae. Can I be your honey or something? But you got like 18 last names. That means you got 2 husbands already. So I guess if you got 2 husbands, can I be the side dude? How does that work? Okay, I'll even go for flavor of the month. See, that gets me 30, 31 days to get my thing in. What are you saying yes to, Brenda? That you got 2 husbands? Or that I can be... hold on, what are you saying? Brenda asked you like 22 questions. So, but anyway, y'all are retarded. Is it 9 o'clock yet? But why do we get so hung up on little things? Like I said, it's still based on how we grew up. Because the way some of us grew up is... I know, I was just giving you a hard time. I know it's your main thing. The way we grew up determines a lot about how we believe or look at things. Depending on what we saw. I mean, some of us saw our parents being promiscuous. And that's what we know. Like I say, I had a girl who told me that, I didn't love her because I never hit her. And based on her perception of life, there was nothing I could say to prove her different because that was how she grew up. That was all that she knew. Everybody who ever loved her hit her. I told her I loved her, but I didn't hit her. So my actions and words didn't match up. In her world, there was no denying that I didn't love her. So I couldn't tell her she was wrong because that was her world. In my world, it was the complete opposite. And this is where you have to find people who are similar to you or who are open to change. At that point in life, she wasn't open to the theory that somebody could love her and not hit her. And at that point in my life, I wasn't open to change where I would hit her to prove my love. So we had a complete disconnect. We had to go our separate ways because what was the middle ground? I mean, I went from loving her to making her be a layaway girl to, her time ran out. Well, and Tony, I don't even believe we got to be equally yoked sometimes, but we have to be equally open-minded to the differences in learning. Because sometimes, the things you don't know are the things that'll make you better. We all know what we like because we've done them. But do we really know what we don't like? We know what somebody did us that we don't like. Sharon, I thought you was talking about my mama on the slide. I was finna stop the show and come to where you was. I thought you were calling my mama now. I was finna get mad. I don't play about my mama. But yeah, but that's the thing though. I mean, what we call dysfunction, if it's normal for her cinema, who's to say that we ain't the dysfunctional ones? I mean, we all see the caveman dragging them on by the head. Maybe that's the way it was supposed to be. I don't know. I mean, I like women who got hair, but I don't. Well, I ain't gonna say I never. I like playing their hair, so yeah, I don't know. You know, little twist here, little twist there. Who knows? But anyway, y'all need to stay focused. This is not the After Dark show. I'm trying hard to stay PG. I got. What do you call people? Censors. Watching this, right? Tony, and it's about perceptions and being able to be open-minded enough to listen. And sometimes you want to try things that are different. Sometimes, you know, you don't. The things that I don't want to try, they deal breakers. But why would I judge somebody because they do something that I don't do? It's just something I don't do. Either because I don't know it or I don't understand it. If those are the two reasons, then I should be open-minded to listening. Excuse me. Not saying I'm going to try it, but I should be willing to listen. See how it is they got to this. You know, to me, and I know y'all going to act like y'all don't understand this, but I stayed at Holiday Inn Express night before last. I don't understand my last 15 minutes. I don't understand how women can be in a relationship with a guy that cheats. They're not going to leave him. They cheat for revenge. They're not going to leave him. But then these same people will talk bad about swingers. Well, damn, y'all swingers, y'all just not doing this shit together. You letting him sleep around while you sleep around in revenge, but y'all keep getting back together. You know, y'all could just get together and save a ton of money and do this as a couple. There's a description for this. But these same people who let people cheat on them religiously, and they keep making up because he loved me. He just made a bad decision. I'm never going to leave him. Okay, and I get that. I'm not saying leave him because if you know you ain't going to leave, don't leave. But just admit you're a swinger. Oh, I ain't doing that. I'm not sharing my man with nobody. So you won't share him in the sense that all 3, 4 y'all can be there together. But as long as he doing it on the side and paying rent, you cool. And then you sleep with somebody else because he's doing it. But you're not going to tell him, except when you get mad, to try to make him mad. But you ain't going nowhere. Y'all are dysfunctional swingers. Let me see. Katrina typed a lot here. Then they got the nerve to get upset and play heartbroken. Yeah, but they're going to still go back. Then they don't want to see them. Yeah. Well, not because open relationship is something totally. Yeah, but same thing. Yeah, but they won't do this. But you see them all the time. And we know these people because, hey, you can see half of them on Facebook. He cheated. I hate him. He been doing this and this and this. So... Right, so, you know, I don't know, but, and Trina's putting they don't want to see you having sex with somebody else, but if you know about it, is there a huge difference? Do I need to see the cook my food to know that he cooked it? Do I need to keep going to the health clinic to get shots for this shit that you giving me? I don't want to see you catching an STD before you give it to me. I just want you to give it to me so I can bitch at you about it. I'm so confused. and I get, but and that's the thing is, right, and they do turn their nose up to it, but then they turn around and live that same exact lifestyle with the twist. And I don't get it. I really don't. But it's the same thing. And I watch them fuss about it. And like I said, I've seen women, and you know, a couple of them have you know, said, DVP, my man keep cheating, and he been cheating for 3 years. He been cheating for what? Your man been cheating for 3 years. But you ain't, oh nah, he a good man, but sometimes, I don't know, you know how y'all men is, y'all just gotta keep. So you cool with him doing, nah, I ain't, but you staying. Well, let me just ask you a question. This is between me and you now, y'all, but I ain't gonna give out no names. So, are you faithful to him? Oh, nah, I get mine too. So why don't y'all just have an open relationship? Oh, nah, ain't nobody about that. Ain't nobody going through all that. But what are you doing now? Sharonda, don't be typing it on my page. you want to see? What you want to surround to the corner by yourself? Your man sleeping around. He been sleeping around for 3 years. You've been sleeping around for 2 years. But y'all in a monogamous relationship? I just tell him, if he gonna do it, he better scrap up. So you still condoning it. So why don't y'all just have fun with it? You don't care, he don't care, because y'all ain't leaving. Y'all enjoy the fun of thinking y'all sneaking. But how can it even be fun if y'all thinking y'all sneaking and both of y'all know y'all doing it? And at the end of the day, y'all both tell the other one, well, you tell him that you step around because you know he's sleeping around. He stay. So theoretically, I mean, he like hearing it. And you know he doing it, so you like knowing he doing it. Why don't y'all just call a spade and, you know, I don't know. Go somewhere together. Y'all can get separate rooms. You do your thing, he do his thing, and then y'all just, is the sex better after the argument? Or can y'all just have sex with each other after y'all do other people? I'm just trying to get to the bottom of it. Because there's logic behind it somewhere. Because this ain't emotional no more. Unless, you know, being emotional makes you have great sex. Like some people need liquor, some people need weed. Is the fact that, you know, and I know, I'm assuming that ain't no y'all gonna say nothing here, but you can inbox me if you got something to say. Does it make you more competitive? Does it make you better in bed? Do you think you gotta learn a trick, ladies, if your man cheats? No. Hood love is something else, cinnamon. Hood love is totally something else. I don't think polyamory is on the rise, Sharonda. I just think it's more out in the open now. I think it's something that's been going around for years. Like swinging. It's been going around, but it was kept so underground because people are looked at differently. Now these people are coming out. Because with the numbers they out, you can't tell me that these people, you know, 3 million people just starting the last 2-3 years. They just coming out with it now because they don't have to live in shame or in secrecy. Because they still doing it. I mean, a lot of these people on Facebook with some of these crazy names are swingers. They just can't use their real name. It's just more openly accepted. As we're becoming more European and we don't look at sex as taboo as we used to once upon a time, things are just more acceptable now. But when sex was taboo, nobody could admit to this stuff. But it's been going on forever. You gotta remember, this was, as much as I hate to say this is biblical. But I'm saying all of it, polygamy, polyamory, all of it, it's been around. You see guys who went to jail. You know, you see a lot of you see a lot of it in some of the old court cases. You look at places like Utah. There's a lot of things that's been going around. Cinnamon says, your uncle was what? Hood love or polyamory? But yeah, I mean, it's there. It's just, you know, if you open-minded, because you can say things in the right circle and a conversation will pop up and you'll find a lot of people aren't who you thought they were. So, you know, it is what it is. It's Tintel. So, I'm on my last part. I've enjoyed myself. Let me give you guys something from my Law and Order series. Polly, my grandfather, and uncle. My uncle is Muslim before wives. Yeah, because Muslims, you know, it's in the Muslim religion, it's okay. And a couple other religions, like I say, in Utah, they were doing it. Some of the Amish people were doing it. Amish people are here and there in Pennsylvania, which is where their stronghold is, in a couple other states. It is what it is. Okay, last commercial break. Oh. Your boy DVP is in Big Time Magazine. It's official. He's a print model. Also on YouTube, Random Thoughts with DVP. Last little segment. Law and Order. Anytime a cop stops you in his official capacity, certain things have to happen. This is no matter what state you're in. Okay? One, they have to identify themselves as an officer. Don't let the uniform fool you. Because even if I'm in plain clothes or whatever, your vision blurred, who cares? An officer in his official capacity has to identify himself. Tells you why he's stopping you. Okay? He has to tell you this. And understand this about identification. Legally speaking, as far as the government is concerned, there are only 2 times that ID is required. Okay? Legally speaking. Only one for the cops. You have to give your cop, you have to have official identification if an officer pulls you over and you are the driver of the vehicle. Only if you are the driver. Nobody else by law is required to have ID. You do not have to have ID to be a passenger in a car, to be in the trunk of a car, to ride transportation. None of that. Only time you're required to have ID is to go vote. But that's not cop related. So when a cop asks you for ID, you're under no legal obligation to ever provide a government ID. And it's not against the law to refuse to give him your ID unless you are driving. If he says I need to see your ID, he legally needs to give you a reason. Why does he need to see your ID? There's really no legal reason other than driving, because even if he thinks that you're somebody, and there are ways to get around that, he can ask you questions. He can run your name. If he thinks you're lying, he has the right. If you fit the general physical description of somebody he's looking for, police have the right to take you to be fingerprinted to ascertain whether it's you or not, whether you are the person they're looking for or not. But that's based upon you meeting the physical requirements of who they're looking for. I can't have a John Doe warrant and just start picking everybody up. If I have a John Doe warrant, which is a nameless warrant because I don't know the real person's name, John Doe, Jane Doe, and it says black male, it's got to give a physical description. You can't have a John Doe and just say black male. If I have a John Doe description and look for a 6'1" black male who weighs 212 pounds, I can't just pick up every black male. They have to fit the general parameters. Now, if it says 6 foot, so that means I can go down to 5'10" up to 6'2". But I can't get somebody who's 5'5". If it says 215 pounds, I get a little bit more playroom. But 215 pounds ain't 160 pounds, nor is it 300 pounds. Okay? So legally speaking, when a police officer stops you in his official capacity, he must say, hey, I'm Officer Bell with Fulton County Sheriff's Department. The reason I'm stopping you is this. And he has to give you that. Now, if he asks you, do you know why I stopped you? Everything at that point is all illegal. I can't put you in a trick question. Your Fourth Amendment right? No, Fifth Amendment against self-incrimination means I can't ask you trick questions. If I think you're involved in a crime, if I think you know of a crime, I have to tell you that you have the right to be quiet. You have the right not to answer because legally I cannot make you incriminate yourself. So this specifically applies to traffic stops. When you have a cop pull you over and he says, do you know why I stopped you? And you say something like, because I ran a red light, which is a smart something to say. And I'm going to tell you why. Even though he's going to put on that ticket, legally he can't use it because he didn't tell you that. And you can't, in our world, I can't make you self-incriminate yourself. And, this is playing devil's advocate because some cops have hated me for this. But if a cop asks you that without telling you, since, sir, I pulled you over for running the red light, if you say it first, he can't use that against you anymore. He can't use that statement against you. Now, he still got evidence you ran. He can give you a ticket. He just can't use your statement against you. So if he says, oh, I like him because he did this, or my favorite one, do you know I stopped you? Because I got a dead body in the trunk. He can't search your trunk because of what you just said because he just tricked you. Understand now, This is only when an officer is in his official capacity. It doesn't count for undercover officers. Don't let your dumb attorney fool you. But in undercover capacity, no cop won't ask you no dumb stuff like that. So, understand, ID is only required if you're the driver of a vehicle and you get pulled over officially. Okay? But the cop has to introduce himself and tell you why he's stopping you. Okay? Questions, comments, concerns? Again, there's nothing alcoholic in here. Y'all hate me. Y'all do realize I'm big time now. I mean, Big Time Magazine. Does it say what issue this is? If it does, I don't see it. Your boy's a print model. These pictures will be online. So, well, y'all seen all these pictures before, though, anyway. They didn't take new pictures. They just asked me for some. Mark, you know I got you. I'm planning on going back out to the public soon. Because I got some real subjects I want to talk about. But I need people with me who know more about them. This after dark, so that you guys keep pressuring me about that I don't have any personal knowledge of. I got to bring some people on the show with me who can discuss after dark type issues. I got to do more reading. Why do the cops ask for the passenger's ID if they can ask for whatever they want to? It's for the, I can ask for it all day long. Now, I'll tell you this now. Now, if I pull you over, and let's say, Senator, I'll pull you over, and I'm gonna take you to jail. If Mark is in the car, and I'm gonna let Mark take the car, Mark has to show me ID before I can let him drive, because I need to make sure that whoever I'm gonna release the vehicle to has a valid license. That's the only time I can see asking that question. That's the only time I can make it a requirement. But like I say, we ask for a lot of things. I'm just telling you it's illegal. Well, I won't even say it's illegal. It's illegal to charge you for not having ID. It's illegal to press you more about not having it, because you're not required to have ID. Even if you got it, you're not required to show it to them. There's no legal requirement unless you're driving the vehicle. It's just not. Like I say, legally speaking, from a professional standpoint, they can't ask you trick questions like, do you know why I pulled you over? Do you know what the speed limit is? Their job is not to question you at that point without telling you what the stop is for. That's the law. 50 states. It's your constitutional right to avoid self-incrimination. This is why before they ask you anything other than your personal information, which is a trick, because if you're wanted by the law and you know it, and I say, can I see your ID? Legally, you're not supposed to give it to me, because if your ID means I'm going to lock you up, you have a right not to give it to me. Which is a crazy thing, but we actually had a debate on this. But legally speaking, the Constitution is the law of the land. And the law of the land says you can avoid self-incrimination. Now, if you tell me you don't have a license because you know I'm going to take you to jail, it's probably going to work against you anyway, because I'm going to take you to jail for not having a license. But then I can only use the name you give me, but we're going to fingerprint you, which will probably all come out anyway. So it's probably a lost cause. But legally speaking, you don't have to give your ID if you know that you want it. Self-incrimination. It's in the Constitution. You don't have to do anything to incriminate yourself. Anything. Okay, I'm just asking because, of course, it's happened. Yeah, the cop was disappointed. He couldn't find anything on my cousin, questioning him about his tattoos, saying he looked. And it's not illegal to be in the gang. And that's what I'm saying. If you don't know, which a lot of people don't, but it's like I teach cops, I teach you guys. Certain things are illegal, but if nobody complains, you get away with them. Ooh, it's 8:01. Where is Odessa? Where's my countdown? So, y'all know what it is. Questions, comments, concerns, anything you want me to talk about, inbox me. If you got questions about something, inbox me. I'm going to post a picture soon. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Remember, vote for the guy with the red suit with the white beard. Yeah, and some more talk. Like I said, I'm thinking about just doing a segment on Law and Order for every show, either in the beginning or in the end. But I can't be going over. It's already 2 hours. All right. So y'all know what it is. I'm finna do what I do. Bitches go to sleep because that's what all people do. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all my little one trivial fact. I always have to brush my teeth before I do this show. It's so crazy, isn't it? But anyway, y'all know what's up. Peace, popcorn, and chicken grease. I will see you guys in 6 days and 22 hours. Is that right? Yeah. For 21.50 something minutes now. Because y'all got me running over. My union won't like this. Hey, Paula Brooks. Y'all came late. I gotta go. Skip. What's happening? 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next Thursday. Not next Thursday, next Wednesday. 6 days, 22 hours. All right? Peace, popcorn, and chicken grease.